Hello, everyone. My name is Luke LeCavalier. I'm a psychologist at Nisonger Center, and I'm a member of the Study One team. I'm here to provide an update on activities from our group. To reiterate, our overarching goal was to adapt 3 measures that would eventually be used in Study 2, the prevalence study, and hopefully, of course, beyond this project here. And as such, our efforts were front-loaded in years 1, 2, and to a lesser extent in year 3. But despite this, the work continued on several fronts in year 4. This here is a slide that I've shown before that lists all the team members that participated in Study 1. One of the major accomplishments of Study 1 in year 4 was to publish the paper showing all the different steps we use to adapt the promise in the fungal. We hope that this will be a significant contribution to the field. This effort was led by Dr. Katie Walton. She did most of the heavy lifting with this, and the paper describes our inclusive research approach, where we collaborated with adults with ID to revise, cognitively test, and pilot the new self-report measures. We assessed usability, usefulness, and reliability in a sample of 41 adults with ID. With respect to the third measure, the diagnostic interview, the dyad, the team was involved in a number of activities. The efforts were all led by Dr. Jill Holloway. There was a lot of work done with the data management team and the statistician, Rebecca Andridge, to optimize the dashboard. There's a fair amount of work that happens behind the scenes to score the interview and determine whether someone meets criteria for a given psychiatric problem. So in essence, we need to match the symptom labels in REDCap to the variables that are coded, and this needs to be done accurately with all the disorders. We also finalized the dyad paper copy, which was a tedious process. And finally, there was a considerable effort that was done in coordinating with the NIMH team, which has a very similar but different interview. So we needed to match the variables from the 2 studies. Study 1 has a number of goals for the last year of the grant. Most of them are centered around analysis and dissemination. The goals are to finish the dyad development paper, and efforts have been started on that front, and it involves the NIH team. Efforts have also started on the write-up of 2 other papers. So there's been some data cleaning and preliminary analysis that's been done on the alexithymia papers and the social desirability paper, papers 7 and 8. Our hope is also to start analyzing data from the main study on the promise in the fungal. At this point, more than 80 participants have completed the surveys with Atlas, so we're excited to see what that looks like. And finally, the team is working on a manuscript that'll discuss measurement of emotional states in people with severe communication difficulties. The past few years have been a great experience for the Study 1 team. A lot has been learned. I think I'd summarize what's been learned on the adaptation of instruments the way we did it, as I think I'd describe it as an iterative, dynamic, rich process that leads to a great product, one that we're using right now and that will hopefully continue to use by us and by others for years to come. But the process is time consuming and you need resources. And that is something that needs to be considered when embarking and planning for such a journey. Thank you, everyone.